What if I told you one debate ended Whoopi Goldberg's reign on The View and changed daytime TV forever? When Whoopi attacked Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary...
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Secretary in history, she didn't expect what came next. This is the story of how Grace Under Fire dethroned the queen of daytime TV. From lawsuits to sponsors pulling out, this clash didn't just change The View. It exposed the cracks in mainstream media. Buckle up, because this story is packed with drama, irony, and a lesson in standing firm for what you believe in. It all started on The View, a show known for its heated debates and liberal bias. Whoopi Goldberg, the show's longtime host, had built her career on shutting down conservative voices.
Add one last thing. What was interesting to me is Dan Rather weighed in on X, and he said he compared our time now to the Nixon era, which was a little scary for me. But he said enough with both sides-ism. When one side lies intentionally and repeatedly, they are no longer entitled to the benefit of the doubt.
And we should keep in mind, too, that the people that need to hear this are the people who are running the networks that are okaying this. Because this idea, it's like they say to you now, you can only work within this perimeter. But if the facts are not clear to people, that was what a journalist was there to do, to say, in fact, this is what went on and this is how we checked. Now, we've been given doubts that people don't know how to do this.
For years, she ruled the show like her personal kingdom, steamrolling over opposing opinions and throwing out her views like they were gospel. But when Karoline Leavitt, a 27-year-old rising star, stepped onto the stage, everything changed. Caroline wasn't just another guest. She was bold, articulate, and deeply rooted in her beliefs. She had just wrapped up a press conference addressing unity, freedom of speech, and the right to express oneself fully in a divided world. But not everyone shared her vision.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country.
All right. What'd she say?
She basically said that they were going to give
God,
unqualified,
how boring.
unqualified
Can they get
people
somebody there not
The
so
Behind
tedious?
the Table podcast needs to apply for White House credentials.
Oh, they'd love having Joy in that room.
Joy.
I got a question. So wait a second. So in other words, instead of Bob Woodward, they want Kim Kardashian? What? I don't get it.
Whoopi, feeling a little too confident, decided to take the first shot. Without wokeness, you wouldn't even have this job, Whoopi sneered, reducing Caroline's accomplishments to nothing. The room fell silent. Even Joy Behar, who had built her career on mocking conservatives, shifted uncomfortably in her chair. This wasn't just a disagreement. It was Whoopi dismissing Caroline's entire career, her intelligence, and her work ethic as nothing more than a product of the very ideology she opposed.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
It was a low blow, and the audience knew it. But Caroline didn't flinch. With a calm smile, she responded, "You want to talk about wokeness? Let's talk about how taxpayer dollars are funding absurd projects while Americans struggle." The audience gasped. Whoopi, for the first time, had no comeback. Caroline didn't stop there. She laid out the facts with precision, exposing how wokeness had become
most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country.
Dollars were funding gender studies in Guatemala and foreign Sesame Street programs, pushing American activism abroad. This isn't about fairness, she said. It's about control. Whoopi, used to guess fumbling under pressure, was suddenly backed into a corner. The audience, usually quick to cheer Whoopi's quips, sat frozen. Even the camera crew hesitated to zoom in on Whoopi's stunned face. It was a moment no one saw coming, a young, confident conservative dismantling the queen of daytime TV on her own turf.
You saw live on this program yesterday. Joy Behar stirring the pot of controversy after saying this about Caroline.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Do you want to take this?
So you cannot be attractive and smart? I will try to give Joy the benefit of, well, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Caroline Leavitt before she made that remark.
But who is Caroline Leavitt? She wasn't born into privilege or ease. Growing up in a modest family, faith wasn't just something spoken about on Sundays. It was woven into the fabric of their lives. Her parents taught her to lean on God in times of uncertainty and to never apologize for her beliefs. Faith isn't about shouting louder than others, her mother often told her. It's about living with conviction, even when no one else does. Caroline carried this principle with her through high school debates, college lectures, and her early career in politics. At just 25, she ran for Congress, losing by a narrow margin but earning respect for her bold ideas and unwavering principles. By 27, she was the youngest White House press secretary in history, a role she earned through hard work, not wokeness. The fallout from the debate was immediate. Sponsors pulled out, advertisers distanced themselves, and ABC executives panicked. Whoopi, once the show's biggest star, had become its biggest liability. Days later, ABC announced Whoopi was taking a break. But insiders knew the truth. She had been dethroned by a young woman who refused to back down.
To each side. And now when we've gone to this place where you only hear this, see, we have to tell you both sides. That's why Alyssa's here, that's why Anna's here, because we don't all think the same way. And it's like you all don't think the same way, so you want to hear what other people say. But when they're lying, we can't have it. We can't allow on this show to have things said that we know for a fact are not true. That's what it used to be. That's what it needs to go back to be, and that's where y'all come in. It's okay to feel how you feel, but demand the truth. Demand folks fact check what they're telling you, because what they're telling you is important.
The internet had a field day, with clips of the debate going viral and commentators praising Caroline's poise and strength. But the damage didn't stop there. Lawsuits from Carrie Underwood, Elon Musk, and now Caroline Leavitt had left ABC reeling. The show was losing millions in ad revenue, and insiders leaked reports that some of the network's biggest sponsors were reconsidering their partnerships. The View, once a powerhouse of daytime TV, was now in absolute turmoil. So, what does this mean for The View? Will ABC bring in another Whoopi-like figure to replace her? Or will they finally admit that the show needs balance? Could The View even survive this kind of backlash? One thing is clear. Caroline Leavitt didn't just win a debate. She set a new standard for how conservatives fight back against the media. Whoopi thought she could steamroll Caroline like she had done to so many others. Instead, she got completely wrecked in front of millions of viewers. And now, as ABC scrambles to fix the mess, the world is watching. If Caroline's story inspired you, hit the like button and share this video with someone who needs a reminder of what true strength looks like.